Good evening. On behalf of our pastor, Father Greg Bonfilio, our parish staff team, and our wonderful family of parishioners, we are delighted that you are here with us this evening and welcome you to St. Ignatius Church here in San Francisco. We are in the midst of our sixth presentation of the fall series of Virtuosos. We've had a wonderful set of concerts so far, and this evening, again, you are in for a very, very special treat with Patrick Galvin and Voices of the Violin. Patrick was born in San Francisco and made his solo debut at age 11 with the Oakland East Bay Symphony. Patrick studied at the Peabody Conservatory in Baltimore, the Prainer Conservatorium in Vienna, Austria, and at the San Francisco Conservatory of Music. Patrick performs regularly throughout the United States and abroad, most often in solo appearances and with the pianist Young Eun Kim. So please enjoy a lovely evening of Voices of the Violin with Patrick Galvin.
Well, thank you very much, Franca, and I hope everybody out there can see and hear me. It's still an odd experience for me, even though this is my second live stream concert, to be in an empty space. But I know people are out there, and I'm glad you're there, so thank you for being a part of this. So as Franca mentioned, there will be a nice spectrum of music this evening, starting with Bach and all the way through to some more contemporary composers. So I'll start with two pieces by Bach. These are from his collections for solo violin. So we violinists are very lucky that Bach wrote 6 sonatas and partitas for solo violin. And I'm going to play 2 short pieces from the 6th, which is the partita in E major. The first is the Preludio, and the second is the Gavotte en Rondo. So that was a little bit of music by Bach. He obviously was a very prolific composer, and he's still very well known. Next up, I'm going to play a piece by a contemporary of Bach's, Telemann. Telemann was actually godfather to one of Bach's children. They were good friends, and in their lifetimes, Telemann was much more well known, much more well regarded, and he got commissions from all over Europe and even Russia. Whereas Bach was much more of a provincial organist and composer. Telemann, of course, has been shown by history to not be quite as well known as Bach, but he still wrote some wonderful music, including 12 solo violin pieces called 12 Fantasies. So I'm going to play number 6, which is in E minor. It's a 4-movement work, and I wanted to mention this also with Bach, but it's definitely true of Telemann's music. It works so well in a space like this. I know you guys aren't here in the space with me, but here I am in this gigantic church, and there's a lot of reverberations, and a lot of the music, especially Bach's music and Telemann's, was being performed in churches when it was written. So I feel like this is the perfect setting for Telemann's Fantasy number 6. So next up, we're going to jump about 200 years forward. The Bach was from about 1720, and the Telemann piece was from about 1735. But we're going to jump forward to a contemporary, or a modern composer, I should say, early 20th century, named Eugene Ysaÿe. Ysaÿe lived until 1929. He was a Belgian and a French-speaking composer, and towards the end of his life, he was very inspired by a friend of his who he heard play some solo Bach. And so Ysaÿe decided to write 6 sonatas for solo violin himself, inspired or modeled after Bach's music. So I'm going to play 2 of those. I'm going to start with the 4th one, and after that I'll play the 3rd. But first up, here's the 4th one. It's a 3-movement piece, and just a couple things I thought I would point out musically for you to listen to at home. The first is this melody that you're going to hear come in after about a minute. It's decorated with some chords, but here's the basic melody. Here it goes. So that's the first melody. Later in the piece, you're going to hear what seems like a brand new theme, and it sounds like this. Turns out it's actually the same notes with a different rhythm. So if you hear the first one again, or if I take away the rhythm, now hear the second one. So I think one of the techniques that Ysaÿe learned from Bach when he was writing his pieces was how to take something very small, this very small theme, but spin it out to create a whole world of ideas. And the same thing is true for the 2nd and 3rd movements. You're going to hear this repeated theme, which I'll first pluck. And you'll just hear that repeated throughout the 2nd and 3rd movements. So, without further ado, here's Ysaÿe's 4th sonata. All right. So I hope you enjoyed those first three pieces. As I mentioned before, I'm going to continue with another sonata by Eugene Izai. This is actually his third, so I'm sort of going backwards here. This one's in one single movement. It starts very slow, sort of reluctantly, and then it picks up. And after a few minutes, then you'll hear a sort of very recognizable rhythm and a recognizable theme. The theme is very simple. It's basically just... It's that very short chromatic theme. It's something you'll hear all over the place in this piece. So yeah, without further ado, here's the third sonata by Eugene Izai. Thank you. So I have two more short pieces to play from a little later in the 20th century. The first is a really fun piece, and I think it'll be sort of a bit of relief from the dramatic music we just heard. Both sonatas by Izai are quite intense. But this piece is a real jewel of a piece that I just discovered. I heard it on an album, and I really enjoyed it. It's called New Orleans Clog Blues. And just like the name suggests, it's based on the blues. It's written by a composer named Noel DaCosta. He passed away in 2002. And sadly, there's not so much information about him or his music, and his music isn't too often played. Indeed, I had to work a bit just to track down the music for this piece. DaCosta was actually born in Nigeria but moved to Harlem when he was a young person, I think when he was about 10 or 11. He grew up there, he went to Columbia, he studied in Italy, and his music sort of is truly American in that it blends the American styles of music like jazz and blues in a sort of classical setting. And the really nice thing about this piece is I get to stomp. So you'll hear towards the end, I think that's the clog part of the blues, but I get to stomp for this one. So here's the New Orleans Clog Blues by Noel DaCosta. Thanks. So that's a fun piece that I thought would be a nice relief after all that dramatic music. And lastly, I have a short piece called Adoration by Florence Price. Florence Price is another American composer, and I like to bookend these programs with Bach at the start and Florence Price at the end. Bach was a great organist, and Florence Price was a great organist, and I feel like there's a nice symmetry in that. Florence Price unfortunately did not write any music for solo violin, but someone named Elaine Fine made an arrangement of this organ piece, Adoration, for violin, and I've adapted it a little, so that's what I'm going to play next.
brought us a whole range of new voices on the violin this evening.
Thank you
Very,
very
very,
much.
very much. It's a delight. For all of you who have spent your part of your Thursday evening with us, we thank you. We are delighted to have you here. Just a few little notes and reminders. The first one is next Thursday will be the culmination of our fall series. So tune in, same time, same location. Sing a joyful noise. Sing a joyful song, a celebration of talents. So that will be next Thursday. Another fun item I wanted to mention to you, many people have said, oh, I missed the concert. There was a baseball game or there was a student or a school event that I had to attend. I missed the concert. Well, you didn't miss the concert because every single one of our concerts has been recorded with many thanks to our wonderful videographer, Pat Stacy, who you do not see because he's behind the scenes making sure everything goes smoothly for the YouTube transmission. But all of these concerts, including Patrick's will be up on our YouTube streaming site tomorrow morning, and you will see all the concerts from both the fall series as well as when we started in May are all online. So what I encourage you, and you're all on the honor system, is click on one or two of those concerts if you haven't seen them and send me an email and I will send you a prize. One of our artists who performed a few weeks ago, Yona Kim, has a brand new CD out of Rachmaninoff works. If you remember Yona, that beautiful cello and piano concert that he did here 3 weeks ago, well, I'll send you his CD. So all you do, click on it, then the honor system, just send me an email, Franca Gargiulo. My email is on the website, FGARGIULO, and at usfca.edu. So send me an email and we'll send you a CD. Also, while this is coming to the close of our fall series, we will be announcing our winter and Christmas season. So stay tuned. We will be very happy to announce that in the next few weeks. And finally, we're delighted to have you here this evening, wherever you are in the country or in the world. But please make sure, come back and visit us. If you have any particular prayers or petitions, you can go to our website and we have a virtual votive candle program that you can put in a prayer or petition through that. As well as please join us at 10 o'clock for our live streaming Mass every Sunday here at this channel. Again, thank you very much for joining us this evening. We look forward to seeing you next week. Good night.